right, what's happening, folks? Welcome. We have a very special guest in the studio today. We're throwing a party with this guy this Sunday. We got Justin in the studio from SteelerNation.com. Welcome, man.
Hey, thanks, Brian. Appreciate it.
Yeah, likewise, man. Likewise. Thanks for being here. And as always, we got our resident football expert, Mr. Trey Tip, up in the house.
Like that one? Probably from that one.
This dude's a fool. He's a fool. So we're excited, man. We're throwing a party with this guy on Sunday. So we've got a tailgate that we decided to partner with SteelerNation.com on. It is called, as you can see on Justin's hat, the Terrible Tailgate. But this Sunday is special, man. We have a Steelers legend joining us. I'll let Justin tell you who it is.
One-time Super Bowl champion Joey Porter is going to be in the house. He's ready to throw down. He said he's doing shotguns and he's doing cornhole. He wants to play you in cornhole, give you prizes, but he says he's going to kick your ass. So
it's good stuff, man. So Joey Porter is a Steelers legend. He's an NFL legend, for that matter. I mean, the dude was an absolute force on the field. His son, first-round draft pick for the Steelers this year, and is playing lights out on the field. So excited to spend time with that guy. So details, man, how long is he going to be there? He's going to play some cornhole. He's going to shotgun some beers. We're going to have some fun. But how long is he going to be there? What's the schedule like? What time should people arrive? All the details.
So we'll be down there about 7 in the morning. The parking lot's open at 8 o'clock. Joey should be there from 9 to 11. He could be there longer, if he's having fun. We're getting him the Casamigos tequila. That's his drink. He says he's doing shots, so
now.
He might be there till it's over. But I recommend everybody get down there about 8 o'clock. We'll be setting up as soon as the lot opens. Food should be ready to go by 8:30, so you can get your food in, and then you can get to playing Joey. So
you got to have a good base course down.
Yeah.
It's just like asphalt, man. You got to have a good base course to put the top on, right?
You got to get ready.
That early in the morning, you definitely need to get a little something before you start hitting that liquor.
Steelers Sundays are a long day here in Pittsburgh, man.
Long.
They start early and they go late, and we got the Green Bay Packers in town. So for our team here, man, we have an office in Wisconsin, and so we got a lot of Packers fans that are part of the Pavement Group. So it'll be a disappointing Sunday for them, but I'm glad they at least get to watch their team here and hang out with us and have some fun. Trey, any questions on the tailgate?
Yes, I want to know about the pregame regimen. And the reason why I say pregame, I like to get a full meal in, a whole gallon of water before I go into something like that. So I want to hear, what's the pregame regimen on both ends? I want to hear from both sides.
For me, I get up at 5 in the morning. There isn't nothing. I'm in the shower trying to wake up. And then everything's loaded the night before. I don't need anything. I don't need it at the tailgate. It's just beer on Sunday.
Liquid diet.
Yeah. Until after the game, we have Permanes on the way home. get some food then. But yeah, other than that, it's I'm busy during the tailgate. So like most of the time, I'm trying to find my beer. Where do I set it down while I'm helping? Pump and stock the cooler. So yeah, it's a busy time. But yeah, no, I'm completely at the opposite. I don't need nothing. I'm good to go. Just give me a Coors Light and we're ready to roll.
I mean, my pregame regimen used to be solid, but now it's pretty boring. I just show up. I don't have a whole lot to drink because I ain't got time for the aftermath of having a lot of drinks anymore. So not too exciting on my end. But I do want to dig into this, man, because SteelerNation.com, you guys have built this into a real business. It's for anybody that's a Steeler fan, they know about your website, right? And so there's tons of information, now that I've been following you guys close since I've gotten to know everybody. And, man, the amount of content and the amount of articles and the amount of information that's coming through your site is incredible. So talk about kind of how this all started, how you got into it, and, kind of where it's at right now from, you just told us before we got on the show here that how many employees they got or how many people you got kind of contributing to it and working for it. It's like crazy, man.
Yeah, so SteelerNation.com started off as a message board, back in like 1998. So at that time I was 10 years old. So, but the original owner, he was on Steelers.com and they were like censoring everything. You couldn't say nothing. You couldn't say anything bad about the Steelers, nothing about Cordell Stewart, whatever. So he was like, whatever, I'll make my own website. So he goes over and he makes his own website, and people kind of like followed him over, and it became almost like a small cult of people. Like we would have Like, so then when I was about 12, I came on the scene. I finally got a computer at my house or whatever, and my dad would take me down. We'd have, like, during the draft, like Heinz Field used to have a draft day party. Well, everybody from all over the country that was from Steeler Nation would come to these draft parties. So it was pretty cool. Like, you have people from California, Texas, everywhere, and they'd come and we'd eat and go in the stadium and do all that. And then, you know, it just kind of branched out. So I was a part of it since I was 12. So I'm 35 years old now. So I kind of like gotten more involved. And then like in 2016, I helped develop the news website and like all the social media that we have now, you know, has evolved since like 2016 from a message board that was dying because of social media anyway. So we kind of like it was about to go. And then we revamped it all and brought it to what it is now.
It's incredible, man. It's incredible. So when you think about, you know, this is an interesting thought for me. Media today is changing, right? And I think that, you know, obviously the power of media through the team is one aspect of it. They have different access than you guys are going to get, things like that. But I think that the public wants that dynamic. You know, the public
100%.
wants to hear from the fans. They want to hear, you know, they want to be able to go to a place where they can feel part of it, right? And so when you're describing that, what comes to mind for me, which ironically right outside the studio here, we have our contractor community, right? And so what this has become is a Steelers community, a Steelers community for the fans, by the fans, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what we're trying to do, bring everybody together. And you know, it's a hard meshing point between like the real media and like the Steeler fan websites and stuff like that. There's always like a power struggle. You know, the real people, they feel like they're just respected by the bloggers or whatever you want to call us. But I mean, I think everybody has a home. The Steeler fans consume so much content. It doesn't matter who's on the scene. Like, they're going to consume everything they can possibly get. And that's kind of like other teams' websites, there's not 35 Arizona Cardinal websites. You know, I mean, there just isn't. So the competitiveness of the Steeler things is crazy. Like, it's a 24-hour process every single day. Like, I sit at nighttime at like midnight, and I just sit there. I'm like, all right, there's nothing going on at this point of the night. Like, I can finally relax. You know, like, you know, everybody's in bed at my house. Like, I can just chill out. Like, it's a different vibe. But, you know, hell, even sometimes in the middle of the night, there's breaking news. Antonio Brown was like traded in the middle of the night, you know, to Buffalo, but then it didn't happen. But, you know, you never know. There's always something going to happen with the Steelers, and, you know, you want to be the first ones on it. But, again, it could be any time of the night. People want to consume, you know, Steeler football.
Man, and that's what's crazy because you see it in the West Coast too. Like, there's a lot of people who love the Steelers in the West Coast, and it always like tripped me out. I'm like, bro, like, there's almost just as much fans in the West Coast for Steelers than there is in the East Coast. Like, it's wild.
We just threw a Vegas tailgate out there, and we had 800 people. We sold out the venue. Like, we could have done another 300 people probably. It was very wild. We had Le'Veon Bell there. He did it up for us.
Every time I travel, man, I just did it on the way back from St. Louis. Like, if I'm traveling through an airport, probably a 50-50 shot you'll see me in Steelers gear because it starts conversation with people, right? People know where you're from, or at least they think that's where you're from, because I've met a lot of people that rock Steelers gear, and I'm like, where are you from? Oh, I'm from, Arizona. Oh, were you born and raised in Pittsburgh? No, my dad was a Steelers fan in the 70s, and so it became – you know, my household tradition to become a Steelers fan. And, we always say, you know, the old clip of Wanstead, right, saying like, dude, the Cowboys aren't America's team.
Come on now.
It's only because the Steelers declined.
That's 100% true. And
Yeah.
then the Raider Nation people, nope, you were after Steeler Nation too. We don't want to hear it.
Right.
Come on now.
Yeah. And so Steeler Nation, man, is a unique thing, man. I've got a buddy, shout out to my boy Rob Foligno. He'll definitely be watching this. He'll be with us on Sunday. He has a brother named Steeler.
What?
Yeah, his name is Steeler Foligno. You can look it up on Facebook. You guys
That's
can,
amazing.
You know, make
Nah,
Steeler Foligno
man.
famous. I'm not talking smack on Steeler, but he's probably the least Steelers fan in his family.
I would be too. You mean
Right? But yeah, man. And so Rob has been a ravage, just crazy Steeler fan since the day I met him. I met him in Florida, and literally I went to a Steelers bar when I moved to Florida. And all the people in the bar said, you got to meet Rob. If you're from Pittsburgh and you're a big Steelers fan, you got to meet Rob. And we've been the best of friends since 2010 when I walked into that Steeler bar. But there's something special, man, about Steeler fans. about the energy when they come together. And dude, we just had our whole team, our leadership team went to the game last week. We had, got to the game. We had a tailgate inside the stadium. Shout out to the Steelers for hooking that up for us. And, there's half of our leadership team isn't from, actually the majority of our leadership team isn't from Pittsburgh. And they all said, like, dude, we've been to, Patriots games, Carolina Panthers games, all the different cities that South Florida is that's not even a contest. But there's something unique about the energy inside that stadium. There's something unique about the energy, at the tailgate when you guys come down and experience it. So where is the tailgate located, just so people know?
So the tailgate is in Red Lot 5A. Okay, so that is if you were at home plate of PNC Park and you came out and you walked diagonal across the street, you would run right into it.
Got it.
You can't miss it. We have signage up. We have a U-Haul. We'll probably be definitely the only person in the parking lot with a U-Haul. You'll see 450 people. Can't miss it.
Yeah, easy to find. It should be easy to find. And if it's not hard, if it's too hard for you to find, shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'll give you some directions from down there. Don't drink too much before you get there so you can make sure you find the place, right?
Yeah, I can't make any promises. I'm not going to lie to you because tailgate time, listen, I'm not a type that really get rowdy, but there's something about football that it gets into your skin a little bit. It gets into your blood and you just can't control it.
Yeah, Trey played for too long, so he's not a great fan.
I am not. And don't
He's
get me started
an
on
angry
that.
fan.
I'm extremely.
At all the uneducated people that sit inside a stadium and yell at the players.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the same on social media. You see it.
Man, let me tell you.
You don't even know what you're talking about. It's so obnoxious.
My favorite question to ask is so where did you coach at and where did you play?
Yeah.
Oh, Pop Warner. Okay. All right.
My favorite comment in the stands at the Steeler games is he was wide open. I'm like, bro, this is the NFL, man. Ain't nobody out there, rarely, right, wide open. Unless somebody falls down.
You got
open.
blessed.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm probably guilty of that one because we sit up in the upper deck, so you can see how the play breaks down. I'm like, throw it to George. He's wide open, Come on, Kenny.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Well, we are excited to be part of it, man. Hopefully this is the first of many for us to be partnered up with these guys to, throw a good party, throw a banger down there in the parking lots of, we'll just call it Heinz Field still.
Yes, please.
In the parking lots of Heinz Field. So, guys, get there early, 9 to 11. Come and meet Joey Porter, hang out, have some beers, have some drinks, meet some fellow Steeler fans. If you guys are Packers fans, find somewhere else to party. No, I'm just kidding. You guys can come too. We'll console you after the game too if you want.
Talk that talk.
It'll be fine. But we're excited to see you guys. So Sunday, 9 o'clock is the start. These guys will be down there early. So Joey will show up at 9 o'clock. Everybody will be there at 8 o'clock when the parking lot opens. And we'll be going at it until the game starts. And hopefully we go in, see another big Steelers win on Sunday. Brother, thanks for coming in, man, spending some time with us. And hopefully we can pave a bright future together with the Pavement Group and SteelerNation.com.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me.
Appreciate it, guys. Until next time, we'll see you soon.